Angels of Delusion are the most awaited faction in ZZZ, and with their release being right around the corner, let's dive into all the little details that we know about them, from game events to music video Easter eggs, media references, and possible intriguing lore implications. The inspiration for the opening car scenes in Dreaming Angel is probably impossible to pinpoint, as it is quite a common imagery in music videos with retro feel. However, I have one strong association that I would like to share with you. Music video We Ride from Korean group Brave Girls. They had struggled for popularity in the beginning of their career, until one of their older songs miraculously blew up on the charts. The music video was filmed before their breakthrough and depicts their hopes of becoming popular, filming commercials, and holding top spots on the charts. But the ending brings you back to reality. The car was standing still in the studio this whole time, with nowhere to go but an empty wall in front of it. The baseline idea of both music videos feels similar, regardless if it was on purpose or by accident, and the story of dreaming and coming down from the heights of your imagination hits too close to home for anyone who dared to dream. Early in the video, Angels are upset at the manager for delaying their release. The manager looks oddly similar to game designer Y, being scolded by the group for making them wait too long to debut as our agents. Fast forward a bit, and we find Angels surrounded by scenery that reminds us of the planet of festivities from Honkai Star Rail, Penacony, also known as Land of the Dreams, where its people surrendered their life to the dreamscape. It is not a coincidence, but to discuss it, let's first take a trip to the past. In the version 1.4, we had an event called Virtual Battlefield Mayhem, where Astra Yao, controlling Snap through a synchronization prototype, asked for help in awakening an intelligent construct. Said intelligent construct was stuck in VR, believing that it was a real world. She was logged in under the name AriaDoesNotDreamNightmares. First half of the music video Redreaming Angel is told in fragments, almost like flash forwards from group's future success story. But the picture has notably bad quality and occasional VHS artifacts. While performing in front of a stadium, angels rise above the earth in an attempt to reach for the stars. At the highest point of euphoria, the nightmare unfolds. Sunna and Yu fall down, as Aria desperately reaches for them, glitching and losing her human-like disguise. Suddenly, she wakes up. They are back to being an unknown group, catching up on sleep during the train ride. Aria does indeed dream nightmares. Before the fall that ends Aria's dream, you can spot an upside-down merry-go-round. This peculiar imagery only shows up for one frame, but its briefness makes it even more mysterious. I liked how one Redditor put it into words. It is an unsettling imagery of something that is wrong, yet keeps going. The black and white palette of the merry-go-round, and the mix between styles of animation, on top of a magical girl feel of the group, evokes an association with genre-defining anime, Madoka Magica. Angel's strong wishes for achieving popularity and bringing happiness to fans, combined with an eerie feel of the scene, brings the same feeling as the system of wishes and payments from the show. Someone has to be cursed to balance out a wish for someone else's happiness. It is exactly after that frame the dream turns into a nightmare for Aria, and akin to the Greek mythical figure Icarus, the group falls down from the sky, burned by trying to reach too close to the sun. The sequence of angels flying above the earth hides in plain sight a chilling detail. The visible earth below is entirely covered by the hollow. It works as a double nightmare material for Aria. Not only she is terrified by the scale of their wishes, but by the virtue of being the intelligent construct, she is more resilient to the dangers of hollows than her teammates. Living in a post-disaster world left many scarred and afraid of ever-expanding danger. It's not the first time we hear that new Eridu and its surroundings are the biggest surviving settlement on Earth. But I think that players nonetheless hoped for a twist where we would get in contact with an outside civilization. However, if you are a fan of this theory, you could still argue that what we are seeing is only Aria's imagination, and if she hasn't been outside of New Eridu, or hasn't got an access to possibly classified information about what's out there, then she wouldn't be able to come up with different visuals on her own, and the revelation of Walled City experiment might still arrive on schedule. On the train, while the group is catching up on their sleep, including Arya, you can notice the weather broadcast warning about the incoming typhoon. Even poor host gets swept up, as seen on the train monitor later. Romantic scene surrounded by roses, straight out of 90s shoujo, reminds me the most of anime series Revolutionary Girl Utena. The story of defying fate and rejecting rigid societal expectations, in my opinion, mirrors Sunna's desire to achieve musical prowess. We are aware that she feels insecure about her skills in writing to the extreme point. And when she needs saving, you, the leader of the group, steps in. Moving forward to dancing on the rain-soaked stage. There you can notice Sunna sleeping, but still continuing the show. For an idol, bringing your best to every performance and not letting mishaps stop you from delivering happiness to your audience is part of expectations. While the level of these expectations is considered intense by some, idols still strive for the ideal. One K-pop performance notable for idols' resilience that comes to mind is from a group called Girlfriend. One of the members, Yuju, kept falling due to the slippery wet floor while performing outside in rainy weather, but kept standing up and continuing the song. The recording of the show went viral and brought the group to the new heights of popularity. What makes this scene more impressive is that the audience that Angels are performing for is not real. They are the mannequins that the group is shown to have set up themselves. The ending of the music video delivers a hopeful message. Through effort and perseverance, the storm can be weathered, and one can radiate happiness, even standing right in front of a nightmare. For the last section of the video, let's take a look at Angels' names. Aria in music means a self-contained peaceful one voice, normally a part of larger composition. The name works well for a group's member, setting her apart as a lead voice, but still highlighting the importance of her teammates. Sunna's name in Chinese literally means 1,000 summers, while in Norse mythology, Sunna is a personified sun, a goddess that flies across the sky in her chariot. Both match her desire to bring people happiness and warmth through music. Yu's name in Chinese is written as hieroglyph for feathers, complementing her angelic appearance. On Yu's left wing, there is a word that reads Suriel. It points us to Bible, where Suriel is said to be one of the angels sent by God to watch over the humanity. Rumors on the internet have it that Arya and Sunna also have designated angel names, Yophiel and Ramiel accordingly. Ramiel, just like Suriel, is a watcher angel, whose role was to supervise humanity's development. They're an angel of divine visions, said to guide souls to heaven. Yophiel is an archangel of beauty, art, and wisdom. Both Ramiel and Suriel end up becoming fallen angels, being cast out of heaven. With Yu's notable scar on the back and prosthetic wings, it paints an intriguing picture, and I wonder if the idea of a fallen angel will show up in the story literally or metaphorically. Another narrative possibility is for Sunna and Yu to watch over an intelligent construct Arya in her transformation into her ideal of a beautiful archangel, a human. With all the little details that I've shown in the video, I have a strong feeling that their positive predisposition is hiding a darker story, a sacrifice for the price of being able to cheer up a disaster-torn world. But even if all these associations end up being just that, matches between imagery with no further development, and the story told is something entirely different, I'm still already charmed by the unfolding journey of youth seeking its place in the world, challenging it in the process, and spreading happiness in a setting where even a sliver of it comes at a tremendous cost. What are your expectations for the story? Please share your thoughts in the comments. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider subscribing and leaving me a like. I will see you soon. Bye bye!